Today we're going to be solving LeetCode question 71, simplify path. This is a perfect medium level question. It is a stack problem, and what helps with this question is actually going through the examples. If you understand how the examples are working, it's easy to construct a solution from that. So we'll get right to it. So say we have this path. Now remember, okay, a couple of things to remember. We have to process the file path from left to right. Also, replace all multiple forward slashes by a single forward slash, because multiple forward slashes it's basically redundant. So that is one processing step that we have to do, and that is replace all multiple forward slashes by a single forward slash, and remove the single forward slash, or like there should be no forward slashes after the last directory name. We have to ensure that, say suppose this is our path, and so as I said before, we'll replace all multiple forward slashes by a single forward slash, and we'll also remove the single forward slash at the end, which is and that will give us the expected output. Cool. Now let's say, okay, I'll explain an example first, then I'll tell you how we can integrate a stack into this implementation and how we'll go about that stack implementation. Cool. Let's do a not a difficult but a challenge, like the most challenging example from these examples, because it's easy. Like once you get these examples, understanding the implementation won't be difficult. So as I said before, this we'll replace all forward slashes by single slashes. This replacement of multiple forward slashes by a single forward slash is not something we'll do in implementation. It's just for the sake of explaining that I'm doing that. While implementing, we will process the characters from left to right. But that's not the tough part. Let's not concentrate on that. Just for the sake of explanation, we'll replace all forward slashes by single forward slashes, because that is essentially what we'll be doing even when we're implementing. So what we are left with is this. Now, as I said before, we'll process the directories from left to right, which means we'll come to A first, then we'll move to B, which should be a subdirectory within A, then C, which should be a directory within a subdirectory within B, and then D, which should be a subdirectory within C. Then we encounter a token. That's how we'll go about a solution. We will think about it this way. Once we have replaced the multiple forward slashes by single forward slashes, we'll be processing all the tokens within these forward slashes from left to right. Cool. Now we are at D. We've encountered a single period, which means stay at the current directory, right? It refers to the current directory. So if we are at D and if we are told to stay at the current directory, that simply means we stay at D. Then we again see a single period, which means stay at D. And then we see a double period, which means move one directory up. What is one directory up from D? C. So this is what we are left with. And we have to replace the final, like there should be no forward slashes at the end, so we remove this forward slash. That's about it. This is how we'll go about solving the question. I hope that's the expected output. Yeah, that is the expected output. Cool. Now I'll explain how we introduce the stack into the solution. This is a classic stack problem, and you'll find many similar problems, such file path problems, which are solved by stacks. So let's say, so what will happen is, I'll just explain how the stack comes to the picture. The stack at all times will only contain the directory names. It will not contain slashes. It will not store the periods or the double periods. We will just keep storing the directory names in the stack, and we will use the directives like this single period or the double period to manipulate the stack. And eventually what we are left with would be the final file path that we need. We'll have to do some processing on that, but what the idea is, the directory names in the stack after we have processed everything are the directory names that would be there in the final output. Cool. So let's say, okay, let's to explain the stack, let's do this. Okay, Now, I mentioned before that we'll be replacing all forward multiple slashes by single slashes, and I just deleted them earlier. But that's not how we'll do that in implementation. While implementing, we will process everything from left to right, and as we see multiple forward slashes, consecutive forward slashes at a place, we'll just replace them with a single forward slash. Cool. Let's say we are processing characters, so we see a, right? We'll push that to our stack. Okay, this is at the top of our stack. Then we see a double period. Now a double period means move one directory up, so we'll pop our stack, which means our stack will become empty. I'm sorry, I know this is easy to might be difficult to visualize, but assume this is where the stack is, and when we processed a, it had a. Then we found a um, double period, so we popped the stack, so that removed a. Then again we saw a double. Again we see a double period, but the stack is already empty. There's nothing to pop. Like, and in practical terms, you can't go above a root directory anyway. So that's kind of ignored, this double period. Then we find B. So we say, okay, go to B from the root directory. Then again it says, okay, no, you need to move one directory up from B. So that again we again pop the stack. Then we see C. Okay, push that to the stack. Then we see a double period. Now replace the double is not a double period, double forward slashes. Replace all multiple forward slashes by a single forward slash. We do that. Okay, then we see a single period, which means stay on the current directory, which means don't touch the stack at all. And then we see multiple forward slashes. We replace them by a single forward slash, and then we don't see anything after that, so we stop processing this string. And then what we see in the stack is C, and that is what we need. So as I said, it only has a directory names. There is some little simple post processing that we'll have to do on the stack to generate the final output string, but that's trivial. Like, that's quite doable. In fact have to reverse the stack and everything. Actually, I'll explain that part as well. So say by that logic, if we were processing this example, this input string, we in the stack we would be left with this at the end, right? We would be left with C, below that B, below that A. Yeah, this is what our stack will look like. Like, so we have to process this to generate a string like this, right? So that basically means that we'll also have to reverse the contents of the stack and insert these forward slashes, then remove the forward slash at the end, or maybe or so it's fine. That those are more implementation parts. That's the easy part. That's trivial. We'll understand that as we go. But as of now, we have understood. Like, I have covered the core concept of this problem, and it is like now we are well equipped to begin coding. So that's what we'll do. Cool. I'll just, sorry, comment this, scroll up. Okay, one thing, so I use Swift. If you don't use Swift, don't worry, it's a very readable language. It's very easy to follow, and anyway I'll be explaining the code, so you're good. So one problem, not, I shouldn't say problem, but one of the caveats with Swift is that they don't have stacks. Like, it's not a library data structure. So I've created, this is not something that I had from LeetCode. This I've just like, I've written this code from early on so that I can directly use it and I don't waste time in actually typing out the stack. But this is basically a simple stack struct. If you're unfamiliar with struct, think of this as a class. This is a simple stack of strings. Okay, this is just the data structure for the stack. With that, we are we can start coding. So I'll get right to it. Let's just declare a result first. We'll return this result in the end. Cool. Now let's extract all the characters of the path. So this will basically give me an array of characters of the path string. Okay, and then we'll define our stack. Cool. This is the stack that we'll use. I'm sorry, we don't need semicolons in Swift. I'll just remove that. Now let's define an iterator variable I, which will iterate over all the characters. So while I hasn't processed all the characters, this is what we'll do. Now I'll declare it. Please ignore the extra empty lines that I'm inserting. That's just for the sake of readability that I'm doing that. I do not encourage putting in random empty lines. This is a temporary variable that we'll use. And then let's say, so we'll process the multiple forward slashes first. So what does that mean? While we haven't reached the end of the path string and we just keep encountering forward slashes, just keep going ahead, traversing ahead. That makes sense, right? Like just keep ignoring. If you're at some point, if you see a forward slash, you again see forward slash, forward slash, forward slash, just keep iterating over it, ignoring these forward slashes, because we have to replace all multiple forward slashes by a single forward slash. Okay. Actually, it's just for the sake of explaining that I'm saying replace by a single forward slash, but in terms of implementation, we are just passing over all these forward slashes and just moving on to the next token that we need to, like, that next token could be a directory name or it could be the directives of single period or double period. But what we are basically doing is we are moving in terms of implementation. I'm saying we are just moving on to the next token that we need to process. Cool. Next token meaning next directory or single period or double period. Then, so at this point, when we reach here, we know that we have arrived at a token. That's where should if we are not at the end of the string and we have processed all forward consecutive forward slashes, we should have arrived at a token. Token meaning either a directory name or single period or double period. So what we'll do is, again, while we haven't reached the end of the string and the characters are do not equal a forward slash, sorry, right? Because if we are not seeing forward slashes, we are probably seeing the directory name or single period or double periods. So this is where I'll start constructing the folder name, which basically means this. I'm just appending characters, consecutive characters, to this temporary directory variable. So basically, say we were processing this string. So first I'll append H, then O, then M and E, and eventually dir should have home, right? Cool. And we just do I plus 1. Now we have dir. Dir could be one of three things. It could either be a folder name, or it could be single period, or it could be double periods. Cool. We found the entire string. What dir right now has is the entire string before the next set of forward slashes start. That is what dir has at this point in the loop. So we'll process dir at this point. Say dir has double periods. So, and if the stack is not empty, it's possible that the stack was empty, right? Because we saw that in this example here, when we had double forward slashes, A was already gone. We were already at the root folder, and like going above the root folder makes no sense. So if the stack isn't already empty, we will pop the stack. Yeah. And then let's process the single period, which basically means ignore. We don't have to touch the stack at all. So we continue meaning it will just start looping again, like go back to the start of the loop. else, this basically means we do have a valid directory name. And if we have a valid directory name, just push that to the stack. And so we push that to the stack. Cool. Now, cool. Now, at this point, after this loop has ended, what we have is this stack. Okay, and then we have to go from this to this string. Cool. Now we'll start working on that part. Part. Okay. After the loop ends, our stack has all the directory names that should be in the final output. Cool. So as you can see, we need to reverse this stack. Okay, if you see CBA, we can't simply pop it out, because pop it out and like put the forward slashes in between the popped out strings, because that will give a CBA. What we need is ABC. So let's say we define a reverse stack. Sorry. Okay. So while stack isn't empty, I think there would be better ways of doing this, but I like this is something that you can explore on your own time. What I'm what I want to present here is just the core logic of the problem, but let's just go with this for now. So we'll pop from our original stack and just push it to that to a new stack, which is a reverse stack. So now our reverse stack, if our original stack had was like this, CBA, our reverse stack would be ABC. That's all that this after this that's all what reverse stack will have after we are done with this loop. And then so it's possible, I mean this will not happen, but this is just safety check that if pop is null, we replace that with empty string. That will not happen though. This is just some preventive code that I'm writing. And then we start constructing the final string from the reverse stack. So while reverse stack is not empty, we have already declared a result variable here, so we'll just use that. And what we'll do is we'll append a forward slash to all the directory names at this point. Okay, I'll explain how that goes. But so what that basically means is, sorry, if our stack is ABC, I'll do this. I'll append a forward slash to result string, then append a forward slash to the next pop. I'm sorry, what I meant was, if my stack is like this, which is the reverse stack, I'll pop the top and append a forward slash to it, meaning pop the top but append a forward slash, and then append this again with this, and then again with this. Cool. Yeah, that's how we'll do that. This uh, this forward slash will be in the input string. This is just a Swift directive. Like this, ignore this forward slash. This will not come in the final string. This is just a Swift directive of like string coercing. I think that's what we call it. Okay, ignore this slash. This will not come in the final output. This is just to extract the variable value directly into the string. Okay, and then we have that. Now one thing to note is that so yeah, finally, if we do that, we would have the final output, right? If ABC and we do this, if we extract the pop the top and then keep append, actually not appending, like, but up, if we put if we keep putting a forward slash before the popped element and then keep appending these tokens, this is what we'll get, right? Now, one corner case that we have missed is that it is possible that or your string only had only had double periods or single periods. Okay, so what will happen in that case? The stack will have nothing, right? It will be an empty string. um, the stack will have nothing, and so basically if it is empty, we still have to return a forward slash as the output. That is what lead code expects. So just handling that corner case. If the result is empty, else return string. Actually, yeah, just need to do this. And that's it. Sorry, that's really it. This is just a ternary operator that if the result is empty, which is possible when the stack is empty, and the stack will be empty in case actually it's not just possible if you only have single periods or double periods. It's just possible that you had a consecutive you had a sequence of directory names and then you just had got a lot of double periods, so you popped and popped to the root directory, and eventually, or it is possible that you only have single and double periods. So whatever the case, it is possible that your stack is empty. In that case, we still have to return a single forward slash. That is the corner case that I'm handling here, this part. Otherwise, what we have in the result should be fine. Yeah, because if our reverse stack was like this, A, B, C, and if we pop, and while popping we after popping we append a forward slash before A, before the popped element, and like this, and then append everything, we get this, which is the final output. Cool, let me just comment all this out. Cool, I think we are ready to submit this solution. Let me just go through it to make sure we haven't missed anything. Characters, okay, I think we should only push to the stack if it is a non-empty directory name. Let's just make sure that's not the case. Let's make sure that it's not an empty string before you push a directory name to the stack. I think it looks fine. I think we are ready to submit. Let's just run the code once. Works. Submit that. Cool. That works. The time complexity of the solution is order of n because we are only traversing over all the characters of the string once. With that, we have completed the solution. I hope my solution and my explanation was helpful. Have a great weekend or a great weekday if you're watching this on a weekday. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And well, happy lead coding. Stay safe and take care. Bye.